What's going on, boys and girls? This is BBD with BBD TV, the biggest Tennessee Volunteers fan on YouTube. And you're watching the two Irish brothers. Shout out to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Go Vols!
Quinn pumps once. Buys some time and finds Samardzija. Samardzija with a cutback. 5. Touchdown!
What's up, everyone? I am Sean Moriarty.
I'm Benjamin Walters. Welcome in. Before we get started, though, please remember to hit the like button for algorithm purposes or dislike the video. Doesn't really matter. And also, please hit the subscribe tab if you are not already subscribed to us, and make sure you hit that bell icon so you are alerted to whatever and whenever we upload. But Sean, it's time to talk about one of our favorite teams to hate.
Well,
and that is the Southern Cal Trojans coming into rivalry week. And not only rivalry week for Notre Dame, but the final game of the regular season.
I know I say it all the time every year. This season always goes by so fast. It's ridiculous. I mean, you spend the whole year waiting for it, and now here it is, the last game of the regular season already. It just doesn't seem possible. Time has been moving that fast. And believe me, there's days at work where it seems to be taking forever. But anyway, I digress on that part. But yeah, this is it, Ben. Not only is it rivalry week, but the Irish officially control their own destiny. You win this game, not only are you in the playoffs, but you're more than likely hosting a first-round game.
Yes.
And we were talking about this. Before filming. This is something that everybody knows already. Notre Dame has everything to lose here. USC, they have nothing. Yeah. Because you see, they've already become bowl eligible. Now they're just playing for the absolute best bowl game that they can get. Yeah. So, and plus, it's your rival. They're going to want to try to ruin your rival's playoff hopes because they're pissed off that they're not in that position. Notre Dame is.
Mm-hmm.
So we have everything to lose. They have nothing.
Yeah.
And so that right there alone makes them a dangerous team. And not that you should overlook anybody, but in this particular week, this particular game, you especially don't want to overlook USC.
Nope, we can't. No, like you said, it is everything to lose on Notre Dame's end. And Southern Cal is going to look to screw over the Fighting Irish in more ways than one. So, yeah, I mean, this is a trap game of the highest degree because it's in the Coliseum. It's rivalry week. We have everything to lose. They have everything to gain, nothing to lose. So, perfect storm there. This is the game that shows what kind of team you are.
Exactly. And let's not forget something. This USC team may be average this year, but don't kid yourself. They still have some talent on their team.
Yes, and they're led by a talented coach too. I mean, Lincoln Riley is a good coach. He is not some nobody that you don't have to worry much about. This is a very, very well coached team that's just had some hiccups this season. And I mean, I hate saying that about Southern Cal because cannot stand Southern Cal. They blocked us on Twitter for a reason.
I forgot about that.
One of my most proudest blocks of all time. But you got to give credit where credit's due. And they are a talented football team that just, for whatever reason, couldn't keep it all together this season.
Well, and you look at all their games, this is the crazy part too that everybody has to keep in mind. The teams that they lost to, they really shouldn't have lost to, which says a lot. But every single one of their losses was by one score. 27-24 to Michigan, 24-17 to Minnesota, 33-30 against Penn State in overtime, 29-28 to Maryland, 26-21 to Washington.
Yeah.
And when they have won, I mean, they started the year off with a win over LSU.
Yep.
They take care of business against Utah State, take care of business against Wisconsin. Same with Rutgers. Nebraska gave them a little bit of a challenge there. UCLA, barely won by 6. But so yeah, this is a team that can keep it close. They really could easily be undefeated right now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. It's a scary Southern Cal team that we just have to be very, very leery of. And it starts with Jaden Maeva, if I'm pronouncing his last name right. Miller Moss was benched.
Yeah, he was benched, wasn't he?
Partially through the season. I don't follow Southern Cal enough to say like whether it was warranted or not. I would assume, Lincoln Riley has had a fairly decent success rate with quarterbacks, with Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield. So, I think he kind of knows what he's doing in that realm. So, yeah, but Jaden Maeva is like Lincoln is like Leonard Riley, the other Riley of this equation. He is a dual threat quarterback. And one of the reasons that Southern Cal is kind of getting back on track is the fact that he is a dual threat quarterback that can hurt you in both the air and the ground. So our defense has to key in on that. And that is something that we got to be prepared for because he will run from time to time. So, I mean, he's the 4th leading rusher for the Trojans. So that's not something to take lightly. But the other big thing that we have to worry about is this passing game.
Well, with this offense, speaking of the passing game, you kind of beat me to the punch there. They have a receiving core that they can spread the ball out. You look at all their receivers down the road or down the line here, 37 receptions, 43 receptions, 36, 33, 20, 47, 23, and so on. And then, I'm not trying to just ignore names here, but just look at these numbers as well with the reception yards, 532, 458, 436, 372. That shows they have a lot of receivers in their receiving core that they can rely on. Of course, leading the way is in that department is Mekhi Lemon with the 37 receptions, 532 yards, 3 touchdowns. But then you got to have a guy like Jacoby Lane who chips in with 372 yards and 6 touchdowns, or Deuce Robinson with 5 touchdowns and 333 yards. So there's some threats here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. A team that can thread the ball around like that is very dangerous because there isn't just one guy or 2 guys that you need to be worried about. There is a multitude of guys that now it's like, okay, if I take this guy away, this guy's going to get the ball. And if we take these 2 guys away, then this guy and this guy could potentially get the ball. So, yeah, our defense is once again going to be called upon to hit a home run coming off of that Army game. Pun totally intended.
Well, of course, you have in the running department, you have I would call this a 2-headed monster with Woody Marks and Quentin Joyner. Of course, Woody Marks leads the way, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns on the year. But right behind him is Joyner, 395 with 3 touchdowns. So it's a nice 1-2 punch, if you will.
Yes. Yeah. And that's a typical Lincoln Riley team, though. All the way you can go back to his days at Oklahoma. That's how it was at Oklahoma, too. The ball was spread around a ton. And it really makes opponents have to figure out and be really on it throughout every down. So we're going to have our work cut out for us. It's not going to be an easy game. This is not some 6-5 Stanford or Wake Forest team that we're playing. This is a 6-5 Southern Cal team that is a lot more dangerous than their record shows.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, when you look at their schedule, like I said, they start off the season great with a big win over LSU, and I think that kind of set the tone for the kind of season that LSU has had. But I don't want to get the people obsessed with Brian Kelly started it up. Good Lord. But then for whatever reason, things just kind of trickled off. But like I just said, this is a team that could easily be undefeated right now.
Yes.
This could, this could be, a major primetime matchup Thanksgiving weekend. Sadly, it's not because USC has fallen off, but they're still going to be a dangerous team. And anybody who thinks for a second that we're just going to come in there and walk all over this team, I hope we do. I hope it would be like, 49-10 or something like that, but I can't say that.
Right.
Because USC has something to prove. They're going to want to come in and play spoiler for, like I've said, for the umpteenth time. But the bottom line is, if you're Marcus Freeman in Notre Dame, you never take any opponent for granted or take them lightly, because that's what's going to get you in trouble if you do that. So I hope they've been working their butts off all week and treating this just as if it's a playoff game already.
Yeah.
But then Marcus Freeman, he even said after the Army game that ever since the loss to Northern, he's been telling his guys that every game is a playoff game. So I think he gets that. I think he knows what's at stake here and what there is to gain and what there is to lose.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's yep.
So that violence he was talking about before the Army game, I hope they continue to bring it on Saturday.
Yes. Yep. But you just almost said it, and it's that time. It is score prediction time.
Yeah, I accidentally jumped the gun there, but I didn't mean to.
Well, you didn't. You didn't, because you didn't give an actual score prediction. You're saying what you hope. We all hope that games are blowouts. Like, we all would love to see just Notre Dame kill everybody and then win the national title, and we can all go to bed happy. But yeah, it's that time of the video, man. It's score prediction time, and you have the honors because I went first last time.
Yes. Thank you. All right, so I've been thinking a lot about this actually all day. I've been thinking, like, okay, what score to give for this game? So obviously USC is a world apart from Army. That's just a given. Mm-hmm. But I say that because, we're riding high from that big win in the Bronx last week.
Yep. But
here's the thing. It's like, I don't want to disrespect our defense too much. Of course, we are very capable of winning this game, and of course, I think we will win this game. And but that's kind of stupid to say because you guys know I never predict my team to lose anyway. But
yeah.
But I've been thinking about this, and I think final score prediction: Notre Dame 35, USC 21, because they have the talent. They have the talent. Our defense certainly has the talent to get the job done and hold them to a lot less than that. They do. I mean, look. I mean, maybe it's not saying much since they just got upset, but we held Texas A&M to 13 points. we held Louisville to a low amount of points. They just got one extra touchdown in garbage time. But we've been playing lights out since that second week loss. And the defense has been playing extremely well, and we're without key starters on defense. I think I've been saying that for the last month now.
Yeah,
that's the reality that people need that they're forgetting is the defense is playing so well, but we've got a couple freshmen starting in there. And the only thing that I think might hurt this week, and I should have mentioned this before we did the score prediction because now I'm ranting. Kingston Viamu-Asa, he's unfortunately going to be out for this game. Freshman linebacker who's been making amazing strides in his freshman campaign. So how much will that hurt the defense? I don't know. So just to be fair, considering the firepower that USC does have and how good we are, and one of the key elements too, I think, is going to be going on long drives on offense.
Yeah,
which I'd love to see happen, but. Yeah, 35-21 I think is a fair prediction.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm just a teensy bit higher than you are. I say Notre Dame 38, Southern Cal 14. So, yeah, it has been a minute. It has been a minute since Notre Dame hasn't scored more than 30 points in a game. You have to go all the way back to our fourth game of the season with the Miami Redhawks at Notre Dame Stadium, and that was a 28-3 victory. So I say 38-14 because then also we haven't given up more than 14 points in a game since the Louisville game in September. So,
well, and the thing is too, even in USC's victories, I mean, this is a defense, a USC defense that's not bad, but they are prone to giving up points.
yep. So that's my reasoning, and hopefully it's a snooze fest. Hopefully it's one of those where it's like they just kill it, and you can turn the TV off at halftime and go home happy, and there you go.
Sleep it off from all that turkey you've been eating.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'd love to predict a blowout in this one, but I just can't do it because you have to show respect to the opponent. USC, despite the average season this year, they do have firepower, and they're gonna throw everything but the kitchen sink at us.
Yeah,
that's how I see it. If it's something different and much better, I'm all for it. But 35-21 is where I'm sticking.
Sounds good to me.
I'd like the result better, of course, but we'll see. So yeah, with that said, the only other couple things I have to say is, we still have Big Vol Daddy on our mind and his family, and he will be laid to rest this weekend, and we continue to send prayers to Kayla and his daughter and the rest of the family. And I don't know if you're going, but unfortunately, I can't make it to the funeral. I wish I could.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Unfortunately,
but yeah, they do have a GoFundMe page to help with funeral expenses and all that. So we'll see if we can't post that, and you guys can help out if you do want to help out. Not required, but I'm sure Kayla and the rest of his family would appreciate that. And like I said, college football, man, it's not going to be the same going forward.
No,
not having him here.
Not at all.
It's a big hit to our little college football community here for sure. And also, we want to take this time too to wish everybody a very safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Eat yourself silly tomorrow. Have a great weekend with family and friends and other loved ones, and just enjoy yourselves. This is what this time of year is about.
Yep.
So, on that note, everyone, I am Sean Moerity.
I'm Benjamin Walters.
As we always say every video, good night, God bless, and go Irish.
Go Irish. Beat USC.